So welcome back again. We will continue our discussion further for the fourth lecture, properties of steam. So the first term we are discussing here is known as sensible heat or heat of liquid, or it is known as total heat of water. The symbol what I am here using is known as HF. So I can define it as it is the amount of heat absorbed by 1 kg of water when heated at a constant pressure from 0 degree centigrade, that is freezing point what you call it as, to the temperature of formation of steam, that is saturation temperature. So in simple I can say that it is the amount of heat which I am going to add to convert 1 kg of water from 0 degree centigrade to saturation temperature at a given pressure. The specific heat of water is 4.2 kilojoules per kg. 4.2 kilojoules per kg, and the sensible heat absorbed by 1 kg of water. So if I take 1 kg of water, what is the amount of heat which is going to absorb? It is nothing but it is equal to mass of water into specific heat of water into rise in temperature. That is, mass is 1 kg, specific heat is 4.2 into change in temperature, that is saturation temperature minus freezing point temperature, that is 4.2 into Tsat. This gives me what is known as enthalpy of, it is known as nothing but sensible heat, or it is called as total heat of water or enthalpy of water. The second term is known as latent heat of evaporation or enthalpy of evaporation. The symbol what I am using here is known as HFG. I use a symbol what is known as HFG. So I can define this as it is the amount of heat absorbed by water, that is 1 kg of water, to evaporate it to saturation temperature. So to this saturation temperature, if I want to evaporate this, the amount of heat what I am going to add to this is known as latent heat without change in temperature. So there should not be any change in temperature, and what is going to happen? There is going to be change in phase taking place from liquid state to gaseous state. The amount of heat absorbed to evaporate 1 kg of water, that is liquid water, at saturation temperature for a given pressure. The value of latent heat depends on pressure. The value of latent heat depends on pressure. This we need to remember. He gives the value of that. The latent heat of steam is 2257 kilojoules per kg at atmospheric pressure. The value of HFG decreases with increase in pressure and becomes 0 at critical pressure. This is what we have seen at that critical point. Then the next term is dryness fraction, or it is called as quality of wet steam. I repeat, it is called as dryness fraction, or it is called as quality of wet steam. So what is this dryness fraction? Dryness fraction is the ratio of mass of actual dry steam to the mass of same quantity of wet steam. So if I take the actual mass of dry steam divided by mass of wet steam, it gives me what is known as dryness fraction. So it is denoted by the symbol X. So it is designated by the symbol X. So I can write this as X is equal to mg divided by mf plus mg. So mg is the mass of dry steam. Then mf is the mass of water in suspension. So water molecules in suspension is mf. mf plus mg gives me what is known as mass of wet steam. So mg by m gives me what is known as dryness fraction. That is what is written here. M equal to mass of wet steam, that is mf plus mg. For dry steam, the values of dryness fraction is 1. So if I take dry steam, mg divided by mg becomes 1. So there is no mass of water particles present. So it is always 1 when it is dry saturated steam. That is, mass of water suspension is water particles in suspension is 0. If the steam is wet with a dryness fraction x, then the heat absorbed by it during evaporation is x hfg. Then it is what? X into hfg. It gives me what is known as enthalpy of evaporation or heat of evaporation. Then the next term is degree of superheat. So it is the difference between temperature of superheated steam and saturation temperature. The difference between these two temperatures gives me what is known as degree of superheat, that is T-sup minus T-sat. T-sup minus T-sat, where T-sup is a temperature of superheated steam and T-sat is a saturation temperature. So difference between these two temperatures gives me what is known as degree of superheat. Then the next term what we are going to discuss is known as enthalpy of water. Enthalpy is nothing but total heat of water, which is given in kilojoules and may be defined as the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water from 0 degree centigrade to its boiling point. So up to its boiling point, if I want to increase its temperature, the amount of heat what I am going to add to that gives me what is known as enthalpy of water or saturation temperature. So boiling point or saturation temperature meaning the same, corresponding to the pressure applied. This is very, very important. For a given pressure, this boiling point or saturation temperature changes. As pressure increases, saturation temperature decreases. Then the total heat of water is also known as liquid heat or heat of liquid, which is represented by HF. So directly you can find it from the table. Then the next term is known as enthalpy of steam or total heat of steam, that is Hg. Enthalpy of steam, or it is known as total heat of steam. So I can define it as it is the amount of heat absorbed by water from freezing point to saturation temperature plus the heat absorbed during evaporation. That is the amount of heat required to convert 1 kg of water from 0 degree centigrade to 1 kg of dry saturated steam at saturation temperature. So at this saturation temperature, if I want to convert it from 0 degree centigrade to saturation temperature, and at that temperature it should be dry saturated steam. So for this, the amount of heat what I am going to add is known as enthalpy of steam, denoted by the symbol Hg. That is, it is given by Hg is equal to sensible heat plus latent heat, that is Hf plus Hfg. Hf plus Hfg. Then these values are also available in the steam table, which we are discussing in the later stage. Then next comes is enthalpy of wet steam. So if the steam is wet, then how to find out? So again the same definition. It is the amount of heat supplied to convert 1 kg of water at constant pressure to 1 kg of wet steam at saturation temperature. So at that saturation temperature, if I want to convert it into 1 kg of wet steam from 0 degree centigrade, gives me what is known as enthalpy of wet steam at a given dryness fraction. This is very, very important. So wet steam it is there, but it should have a specified dryness fraction. So it is given by H is equal to Hf plus XHfG. Hf plus XHfG gives me what is known as enthalpy of wet steam. And where X is nothing but what? It is nothing but dryness fraction of wet steam. Then next term is enthalpy of dry steam. So how can I define it? It is the amount of heat supplied to convert 1 kg of water into 1 kg of dry saturated steam at constant pressure to its saturation temperature. So pressure should be constant, temperature should be saturation temperature, and we are converting from 1 kg of water at 0 degree centigrade to 1 kg of steam at saturation temperature. For this, what is the amount of heat I want to supply? That is known as enthalpy of dry steam. That is Hg. The same thing is written now. Hg is equal to Hf plus Hfg. Sensible heat plus latent heat. Then enthalpy of superheat, the next term. So which is given by H soup is equal to Hf plus Hfg plus Cps into bracket T soup minus T sat. Cps is nothing but specific heat of superheated steam at constant pressure. I repeat, Cps is nothing but specific heat of superheated steam at constant pressure. And Hf plus Hfg gives me what is known as Hg. Hg plus Cps into bracket superheated temperature minus saturation temperature gives me what is known as enthalpy of superheated steam. And what is the value of Cps? It is between 1.6 to 2.5 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. And the term T soup is nothing but temperature of superheated steam, and T sat is temperature of saturated steam. So in the next class we will continue further and see the remaining terms along with the steam table. Thank you.